Good morning. So a little bit of a different setting today. I've come back over to Oxfordshire to come and play with the BSA. So if you've seen my previous video, you'll know that this is a bike that was assembled by myself and my family from a box of bits. There's a link to a video called Starting the BSA eventually. In that video, I started this bike up. It took a lot of effort. Reason being, she had wet sumped. There's an explanation to wet sumping also in that video. So today, I'm actually going to do some repairs or a bit of maintenance and change things up. Because all the oil had drained into the sump last time, it was really difficult pumping it manually back round up into the oil tank. So what I'm going to do is change the sump plate for this one, which has a drain plug in. So hopefully next time it wet sumps, because it doesn't get started very often, I'll be able to just easily drain out the oil and put it back in at the top. So today I will be fitting this. So I've acquired some rather snazzy overalls. Oh dear. So as well as the cover, which I've purchased with the drain plug on it and the copper washers that it needs in between there, I've also bought a gasket, the right oil for it, and also some sealant for the gasket for when that goes on. This is the only tool apparently I'm going to need, and the sump is somewhere under there, so that's going to involve getting grubby. See if I can find out where this bit is. Oh, I'm too old for this. Okay. Hopefully, oh, put that there. Oh, look at that. So this is the sump plate that I'm going to be replacing. And we can see that it is actually dripping oil. Right, so I need to take this off, capture the oil that's coming out, that will fall out with it, dry it, put the new one on with a gasket, refill it full of oil. I've got the daughter helping. Start them young, I say. Right. Okay. Got myself a nice tray that's nice and clean and dry. Why do I think this is just going to be as messy as anything? I'm really hoping that the plug, the Allen pin plug things, what are these, screws? I don't know. Oh, is this a case of like the quicker you do it the better? I don't know. I mean, that all looks very beautifully clean, that oil. I knew this was going to be messy. It feels quite unpleasant. There's a lot of oil in there, considering there's none in the tank currently. Wow. There she blows! Okay, so that's a thing I've just done. Right. Smells kind of petrol-y. I'm so glad I had gloves on for that. So, that's the gasket that was actually on there originally. And that's the plate. And then somewhere in there There's an Allen key. And all the bolts are in there as well. Right. Great. Do you know what I should have bought down? I should have bought like an old towel or something. Because what am I going to do now? I can't. Okay. What I have to do is, you see? Oh, I've got a bit on the floor. Okay, so I have taken the sump cover off and let all the oil drain out. So now I need to clean it all up and try and find the sump plugs that are in here somewhere. And there's quite a lot of oil. Right. Oh, it looks nice and clean. Oh my God. What the fuck? If I had a brain, I would be dangerous. Oh, Jesus Christ. What you don't want to do is put a tray down and then dip your head into it. Oh God. Well, that bit I'm not going to need. And theoretically, shouldn't need that bit. So that is actually really nice, clean oil, which I don't want to waste. Right, we're going to keep those bits just for now, just in case. So, see, that one has got that one's actually a metal one. I wonder if that one would actually be better. I wonder if that one would actually be better to put on than the new one that I've got with it, which I've now covered in oil, which is great. Might have to ask a grown-up. We're gonna phone a friend, aka Big Brother. Hello. Hello. You're right. All right. So this is. I am in the workshop. This is my phone. This is my phone a friend on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Okay. So your question is, I have the new gasket which I bought, and I have the original gasket which has obviously come off with the old sump cover. The original gasket is actually.
See what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
I think that's probably the way to do it. And that way you'll know you've got the whole sandwich made up, and you can actually put sort of opposite diagonal bolts through to help just to, as you lift it up under the engine, you can then just put a couple of the opposite diagonals in.
I have a clean bit of kitchen roll, please, assistant.
Yes.
Assistant on swivel chair. Good, so basically make everything as dry and clean as possible. That's all dry. Suppose I should check that this is the old cover, which is actually a lot thinner than the new cover, and I think I may have just identified a bit of an issue.
It's a bit thicker, isn't it?
Well, oh God, because it's thicker, they're not going to fit.
I ain't gonna hold nothing on, so I need longer bolts.
Pants. Okay. Right. I need longer Allen bolts. I need 4 of them, and I need them to be the right size. So unless I can find them here somewhere, we're going shopping. These are all screw things. They're all screws. Screws. If you were an Allen bolt, where would you live? Oh, they're a bit too long. What time is it? Because I know she's getting lunch with me. Oh, fuck. What time is it? It is. Well, fast forward 10 days and I'm back again. I've been shopping and I've bought the bits. And I've washed the oil out of my hair. So take 2, let's try this again. Okay, so here's the situation. These are the screws that were originally in the original sump, which were too short to go through the new sump cover. And this is the size that I need. So I bought a load of screws, and I have some that are the right length. I have 3, and I have a long one. I have more long ones. So what I need to work out now is, do I need to cut this one down, or do I need 4 long ones? So I'm going to try putting a long one in with the sump cover into the sump and see if it fits. Now, I don't know if you believe in the same things that I do, but where I come from, if you see a robin, it means that somebody who's passed over from the other side is like popping up to say hi. And obviously this is my dad's workshop. And a little friend, where have you gone? Where have you gone, Bobbin? Bobbin has just flown in to say hello. Where's he gone? Dad, is that you? Have you popped in to say hello? You come to make sure I'm doing it properly. Hi. Oh, that is insane. Well, there you go. So if you believe what I believe, a red robin pops up when someone who's passed over from the other side is popping up to say hello. So, hi Dad. Well, now I know I'm being watched, there's no pressure at all. Okay, let's have a look and see how this is dried out. It's going to need a bit of a wipe, but actually it's looking good. Right, let's see if these long bolts fit. For a start, are they the right size thread? Please, dear God, be the right size thread. It'd be really nice if I could just use 4 long ones. Oh my goodness! Do you know what? I flipping can. With the gasket in there, that is going to be absolutely perfect. So I don't need to cut anything down because I think my dad would need to send more than a robin to look after me if I fired up some of that equipment he's got over there. So I can just use 4 of the longer bolts, which is going to make things so much easier. Probably would have been a good idea to move that tray now. Now, if I remember correctly, it was going to go in that order. So it was going to be the sump plate, gasket, and the original metal brass gasket cover. Assemble that and then put that on. Now that needs to be really dry. That needs to be coated both sides in joining compound and a little bit on that just around the edge. So I do love recording firsts of things, because if I get this wrong, I've only got 1 paper gasket. Now, Big Brother advised me to get some finger and thumb, run it round the edge of this gasket, and then leave it to dry for a couple of minutes just till it goes tacky. So that's what we're going to do. Shall we read the instructions? Coat both surfaces using a brush. Allow 5 minutes. Okay, I can do this. What does it come out like? Ooh, ooh, it's quite tacky. So we're going to put this around the edge of the gasket. Alright, and then I'm going to hang this up somewhere just to go tacky. Kickstart. There you go, hanging up, getting tacky. Right, now I don't need to put any on that bit. He did say to put some on this bit, but only on the bit, only right on the edges. So we'll just do literally right on the edge, so I don't put any on the inside bit that's going to be anywhere near the oil. I'm just being very under-generous with that. Okay, a couple of minutes and it's time to put it all together. Where's that robin when you need it? That's dry. This is tacky. Swelled up a little bit. How do I get it to... Is it supposed to stick? Okay. Now this bit, which I need to put with this bit facing, right, this is the drain plug, which is the whole point of fitting this. So the drain plug and the plug drain that was on there need to line up as best they can. They're not an exact line up, but it won't matter because this is full of holes. So we line this up and create a little sandwich. Okay. I have a sandwich. Right, don't drop the sandwich, Charlie. Put the sandwich on the bike. It's lined up, tacky where it should be. It's had a chance to set. So we're going to loosely. So this is like a tyre, apparently, where you fit them on opposites so that it goes on flat. You don't do them all up in a clockwise, you do opposite corners. And that's supposed to put pressure on the plate evenly so that when you tighten it up, it doesn't go on at an angle. I just need this to bite. It's bite, it's bitten. Oh, thank God. Okay, so that is 2 touch tightened. So now, I went 1, 2, so let's put this one in. So now, I go round, and I don't want to do these too tight, I don't think. And here is hopefully what is going to save my arse every time this thing wet sumps, which is a sump drain. Yay! Now it's got 2 copper washers on it. Not sure I'm going to need both, but maybe you're supposed to have both. I have got spares so that each time I do it I can put a new washer on, because copper crushes, and every time you put a new washer on, every time you take it off and put it on, you'll need to put a new crush washer. Well, it's not a crush washer, but you'll need to put a new copper washer on. So I've been told. So I need to just tighten that slightly so that when I put all the oil in, it don't fall out the bottom. Let's do that. This is when I try and find the right tool. Do you know what I could have done? I could have brought the nut with me, couldn't I? That would have made sense. Sometimes my intelligence amazes me. Hello? Hello, hello, hello? Right, I've got a rusty thing but that fits into perfectly. So I need something what goes in the end of that. Like that. Okay. I hope you can see this because it's really shiny. I do not want to do this too tight. I think sticking your tongue's out compulsory, right? Okay. I think I've done it. A new sump cover
with drain plug.
I guess I should fill it back up with oil and see if it all runs out. It won't run out. So that bit sticking up in the middle is the oil filter. Now that should just be covered, so I need to put a bit more in. Put the lid on the oil can before you knock it over. Last time it took me about an hour and a half to start this. I'm not sure I've got the energy. I'm gonna have to try though. Don't use the throttle, Johnny. Leave the throttle alone. Leave the throttle alone. Let's have a look to see if my sump thing's leaking or not. Wow. Ow, fuck. The exhaust top. So this, ow, fucking stop touching the exhaust. This bit is, again, dry as a bone. You can see oil dripping over the other side. Oh man, I just burnt myself in the exhaust. Schoolgirl. There is oil dripping out of this cover, which I think, chain cover. The gears are in this side. So what's that? I don't know. Answers on a postcard. What's this? And should I worry about all the oil pouring out the top of it into the tray? Ow! What a muppet. She done good. So that's the sump cover changed. So hopefully when she wet sumps in future, I'll be able to just drain the plug and she'll start as beautifully as she did this time. I'm absolutely soaked again. Always am when I'm working on this thing. It's a beast. So lots more tidying and tinkering to do. Managed to give myself a couple of decent exhaust burns as well, schoolgirl error. As always, this is not a how-to video. This is me learning, bimbling, fumbling my way through with a 1954 classic. Till next time. I've now got ice cubes on my burns.